Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Alright, before I start, I'd like to share a story with you all. When I was younger, I spent a huge part of my holidays in Taman Safari in Indonesia, Bogor. Why? Because my parents are there, they thought it would be educational. And also when I was a kid, I was a huge animal nerd. The thing is, every single time I went to Taman Safari in Bogor, they would always have this new exhibit, or the sector that I haven't explored yet, which is always filled with animals that I've never seen before. So, naturally, I do what any 5-year-old would do when they see something they've never seen. Pester their parents with annoying questions. Mom, what's that? Oh, that's a cobra. Mom, what's that? That's a panda. Mom, what's that? I think it's a real family. And so, after having asked many annoying questions like these, one question finally came to my 11-year-old mind. What separates humans from animals? There's actually a lot of different answers to this, and the most common one is our ability to use tools. And that makes sense. Do you see dogs using shovels to dig up bones? Do you see cats using fishing rods to fish salmon? But the thing is, a lot of animals have been shown to use tools similar to how humans use them. For example, chimpanzees use sticks similar to humans. They use them as walking sticks. They use them as swords, as weapons fight against other chimpanzees. Otters have been observed to use rocks to break open shellfish to eat oysters and such. So, if it can be tools that separate us from our furry friends, what can it be? Well, maybe it's something else that only humans could do. Culture. And that also seems reasonable. Do you see cats dancing to the latest K-pop songs? Do you see dogs singing the current Taylor Swift favorites? Well, no. But the thing is, once more, that's wrong. Animals have their own form of culture. Did you know? Whales of different pods have their own songs that only they can recognize, and they pass them down to future generations. Japanese macaques have been shown to wash food in rivers, which they pass down to future generations of their tribe. So, is there really nothing that separates us from our furry friends? Is there really nothing that separates us from our furry, feathery, scaly friends? Are we all really glorified naked monkeys at the end? Well, not exactly. In efforts to understand the cognitive ability of our closest cousins, aka chimpanzees, researchers have taught them American Sign Language. And so far, it's been going great. We've asked them complex questions which they can answer. Apes have been shown to express basic feelings: happiness, sadness, anger, annoyance, hunger, whatever apes would feel. But the thing is, in over 50 years of research on apes and sign language, there's been one thing that apes have never been shown doing, and that is asking a question. While this may not seem major to you, it is huge, because the most widely accepted answer on why apes don't ask questions is that they don't think other people know that they know what they don't know. For example, if you were to put an ape in a room with a human, and that human has been in the room and saw food, but the food is hidden, the ape wouldn't know that. The ape wouldn't ask the human because they think, oh, I don't know where the food is hidden, therefore nobody else knows where the food is hidden. That theory is called the theory of mind. The concept that others have thoughts and knowledge different from one's own. Now, the question whether animals have the capacity for asking questions is up to debate. However, for humans, I guarantee you that is almost instinctual. Do most of you remember your childhood days? Because I most certainly do. When I was a kid, I would ask my parents, "Mom, where's my banana?" when I was hungry. Or maybe when I need a toy. "Mom, where's my teddy bear?" Because questions for humans are instinctual. Every single person here, I guarantee you, has asked questions at least once a day when you were a child. So, now that you know what questions are, you're probably thinking, why are questions important in the first place? Why should I care about this? Well, here's an answer to that. A French philosopher by the name of Voltaire once said, "Judge a man by the quality of his questions, rather than the quality of his answers." And that's a very good quote. Because when you think about it, the quality of your answers, the quality of your questions determines the quality of your answers. The quality of your answers determines the quality of the information you get. And with that info, you know how to live your life properly. You know what actions to do. And so some of you might be asking yourselves, Well then, if the quality of your questions matter more, why can't I just improve my quality of answers? Why can't I just know their answers directly? And I understand that. But the thing is, that's impossible. There is no way for you to improve your current knowledge to such an extent. There is no... There is no such thing as a person having infinite knowledge. No matter how smart, no matter how experienced you are, no matter how wise, you cannot learn all the secrets of the universe. You cannot learn every single answer to every single question. However, I can guarantee you that you can learn how to that you can learn how to ask good questions. Why exactly? Because when you think about it, every single question, at its most fundamental form, is the same. They have the same purpose, which is to seek information. They have the same structure, they usually start with 5W plus 1H, along with the information you need. So, now we know that asking questions, in addition to that, questions allow you to socialize. When you ask a question, it shows that you're willing to learn about something. It shows that you want to learn about something. When you ask a question about somebody, it shows that you want to know more about them. For example, what's your favorite color? How does your day go? What's your favorite TV show? It shows that you want to learn more about somebody. It shows that you want to get to know them. And in the process, that's how you build friendships. That's how you build relationships. You always start by getting to know them. So, now that we know the importance of asking good questions, we have one last question in mind. How can I ask the right questions? Well, I have the answer to that. And it's called Drake. Oh no, not the Drake rapper. Drake is an abbreviation that I created to answer questions, to ask the questions. It stands for D, define a need. 2, reasonable. A, audience. 4, knowledge. And 5, ensure neutrality. There's no such thing as a bad question, just a good question asked poorly. And I hope that these 5 points will help you all ask the right questions at the end. So first, define the need. As mentioned before, when you ask a question, you have a goal in mind. You want to seek the information that you need. You want to fill the gap in your brain by asking somebody who knows more than you. For the thing is, in order to do that, you need to specify what you need to know. So first of all, ask yourself, what do you want? And why am I asking this question? If that isn't clear, that's okay. I have an example. Imagine you're someone who's just starting to go to the gym. You want to get fit. You want to lose that extra weight. So you've been Googling gym recipes. However, gym recipes are simply not enough. If you search up gym recipes, it shows up this: 10 best post-workout meals. But the thing is, if you want to lose weight, this is not enough. You need high-protein, low-calorie meals. This doesn't fulfill it. These are just general healthy foods that won't help you lose weight. So, in order to narrow down your search, in order to get the specific information you need, you type in high protein, low calorie, fast and filling recipes. And boom, you get specific information that you truly need. So in other words, when you ask a question, ask yourself first, what do I need to know? Specify the question to ensure that there are no loopholes and no ways that this could be misunderstood. That goes to my second point, reasonable. Reasonable means that you need to ask questions that are reasonable. And by that I mean, the question needs to be easily understood by the answerer. For example, many of you know about the recent case in Hollywood regarding P. Diddy. Now, most lawyers, most politicians have been asking long questions like these. Imagine you're P. Diddy's lawyer. How would you react to such a long question like this? Well, first of all, you don't even know what you're asking in the first place. This question alone takes more than a minute to say fully. In the end, when the lawyer tries answering this, they give a off-topic, they give an unrelated answer, such as most politicians during debates. This is an example of a wrong question, something that's too long, something that's not reasonable. In order to fix this, you need to shorten it, cross all this out, and get to the point. Why does Sean Diddy Combs have over 1,000 bottles of baby oil, and how will you address this in court? You need to shorten your question in order to make sure that it's understandable by the answer. My third point is audience. When you're asking a question, as mentioned before, you're asking it to someone who knows more than you. But the thing is, that only works if that person is qualified. If that person doesn't know what you're talking about, let's say I asked my English teacher, "Sir, how many atoms are in oxygen?" The English teacher, they won't be able to answer that. Why are you asking an English teacher a science question in the first place? That's just wrong. You need to answer someone who's qualified, someone who knows what you're talking about, someone who's been through the thing you're experiencing. For example, if I was suffering from fever, instead of asking my best friend, who's probably only experienced fevers once or twice, I'd ask a certified doctor, a certified nurse. If I wanted to know who the GOAT of football was, I would ask Lionel Messi, because that's the right person to the question. And fourth, knowledge. What do I mean by this? Well, questions are a way to show that you're willing to learn. It's good to ask questions. However, there's such a thing as too many questions. I'm pretty sure all of you know these people in class. Every single second, they raise their hands up. "Sir, what do you mean by this? Sir, what's the meaning of this question?" And doesn't it just irritate you that they don't know how to answer that question, even though they already have so many resources? Well, that's a bad thing. Too many questions show that you're incompetent. They show that you're lazy to find the answer yourselves. They show that you lack critical thinking. So, before you ask a question, you need to ask yourself these two things. First of all, do I have the resources to answer this question? Do I have access to books, access to the internet, access to somebody who can tell me the information? And if it's not that, the second question is, do I have the knowledge in my brain to formulate and critically create the answer to the question? If you ask that, it will dramatically decrease the amount of unnecessary questions you have to ask, and in turn, increase the quality of your actual questions. Last but not least, ensure neutrality. What do I mean by this? Well, there's a type of question called leading questions. These questions are biased towards one side. For example, if I were to ask you all, how did you enjoy this fantastic TEDx event? Your mind would immediately say, oh, this event was fantastic, and you give good reasons why this event was fantastic. That is an example of a leading question. It creates the assumption of something. For example, in that case, an event was good. And leading questions have been used so many times, both by lawyers to demonstrate a point, both by politicians to sway the argument. And leading questions are great. You can use them to create a point. However, the thing is, most of the time when you ask a question, you need an honest answer. You need an unbiased answer. You need feedback. So, instead of asking the question, how was our fantastic event? You instead say, how did you find our TEDx event? This creates a more balanced answer. This ensures that the answer does not get influenced by assumptions. So, today I've answered 3 questions for you all. First of all, what is a question? Second, why are questions important? And third, how to ask the right questions. Because in an era where artificial intelligence and computers can answer questions for you, you need to be able to ask the better questions to get the better answers. I'm Suma, and that is the art of asking the right questions. Thank you very much.